Amy Coney Barrett got sworn in, and she's locked in as a third Supreme Court justice, 48 years old, first time a woman who's got kids going to school. She's got 7 kids, but she's the first woman ever to have kids that are not out of school, they're going to school, and she's now part of the Supreme Court justice, and she got sworn in yesterday. So what are your thoughts on this? Pre-election.
She's got an incredible resume.
Yeah.
She conducted herself, she couldn't have done any better in those hearings, and I think she's going to make everyone proud, even the people that are pissed about her getting in.
Adam.
Yeah, obviously initially when she was nominated, there was a part of me that was like, this is not fair. What happened
35-yard line. There we go. Maybe he's on the 30 now.
But I'm going to go somewhere with this. Come with me now. Okay. Come with me now. Initially, because what happened, under Obama's nominee, Merrick Garland, there was a precedent set that in an election year, you can't nominate a Supreme Court justice. I'm not getting political here. I'm just letting you know what happened in 2016. There we go. We obviously saw what happened with Neil Gorsuch. He got selected to the Supreme Court, and then our friend, the guy that likes to drink beer, what was his name? Brett Kavanaugh. There's nothing wrong with beer. I like to have a beer.
Oh, my gosh. Did you actually make that comment?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going
That's
somewhere
why they call you Soy Boy.
There we go. Give me a glass of soy milk. We'll have some fun and some beer. But here's my point with her. The left, or you lefties out there, set her up to be some monster. We're going to have this conservative on the Supreme Court. We can't have this happen. It's going to
the real reason.
It's going to tip the court. So then she shows up, and she gets grilled by the Senate, the Democrats. And here's this lady who's poised, diplomatic, smart, professional, doesn't necessarily commit to any particular answers, very diplomatic.
None of them do. They're not supposed to.
Fair enough. And this is sort of the problem with the left, and I was going somewhere with this, is that not everybody's a crazy monster. You can't make every person, this is going to tip the court, this is every conservative, this is going to ruin this, Roe versus Wade, the health, Obamacare, the ACA, it's all going down. Here's a person, by all accounts, is doing everything the right way. And what she said yesterday was actually extremely professional. She said, I'm not going to let my own opinions get in the way of doing my job. And that's all you need is someone on the Supreme Court. Because, in case you people out there don't know, Supreme Court is for how long? For life.
30 years, 40 years.
For life, baby. Ruth Bader Ginsburg made it to almost 90. So, in my opinion, it was the opinion on her was sort of a house of cards. She was built up to be this evildoer, but by all accounts, giving you complete down the middle opinion. Seems very fair, very neutral. And let's see how good of a job she can do.
She's going to interpret the Constitution like you're supposed to. When Obama was president and he first got elected and he started doing things the way he wanted to do them, he was a bit arrogant in saying, hey, look, elections have consequences, okay? Mm-hmm. The election of putting the Republicans in charge of the Senate, that has consequences, and this is one of them. When Obama put in Sotomayor and Kagan, these are hardcore left judges. They vote left every single time on every single issue. It's not about interpreting the Constitution. They just want to change the laws to fit their worldview. Of course they were not happy about it, but hey, you know what? Elections have consequences. He was able to put his judges in. Had Hillary been elected, we would have had 3 more left judges, and they would have not said, oh my God, this is horrible. It's 7-3, or sorry, it's 6-3. Or 7-2 or whatever. They would have been fine with that. Republicans would have been pissed. Whether they would have behaved like children, I don't think so. I mean, you look at Mazie Hirono when she's interviewing Amy Coney Barrett in these hearings. I mean, these are high-level hearings. This is the whole country's watching this, and she's asking Amy Coney Barrett, "Have you ever been? Have you ever been accused of sexual harassment? Have you ever? It's ridiculous. It's like, when did you stop beating your wife? Question. It's ridiculous. I mean, ask questions that matter. Obviously, this woman had no skeletons in her closet. I mean, did Mazie Hirono expect her to say, "Yeah, I've been accused of sexual harassment numerous times"? And come on. It's just ridiculous.
I have a feeling that you're going to like this lady, but what are your thoughts?
So here's what I would say about Amy Coney Barrett. This is what I would say. Okay. So the part people have to realize is, forget about Trump getting elected. Say he doesn't, say Biden gets elected. Say Biden gets elected, it's not Trump, regardless of it, right? This is 6-3. And if you look at the timeline, of how long these justices stay in, right? The highest one is William O. Douglas. He stayed in for 13,358 days. Each year has 365 days. If you do 365 times 10, it's what?
No, it's
3,600. This is nearly 40 years these guys stayed in, right? We're not talking a little bit of time. By the way, there's nearly 22 that have stayed in more than 10,000 days. That's more than 30 years they stayed in. Clarence Thomas got in October 23rd of 91. October 23rd of 91 till today. What is October 23rd of 91? That's how many years ago? 29 years ago, he's still in, right? As a matter of fact, he swore in yesterday when they were doing the entire thing. So if you look at the list here and you go through them, even a John Paul Stevens, right? John Paul Stevens got sworn in December 1975. You know when he left? June 29, 2010. 75 to 2010. 75, I wasn't born yet. You weren't born yet. 2010 is just 10 years ago. This is a long time for them to be put in. If
Do we know the average amount of time?
You can't really do the average amount of time, but if you look at the list here, here's what you're seeing. This is the list, okay, how much they stayed in. All these guys are in the 10,000 club. These are the seventh. This is 20 years right here. If you look at anything here is 20 years. 40 of them is 20 years. And we've had 115 of them.
There's certainly a move on the part of presidents to pick judges that fit their ideology, but also are going to last a long time. You look at Sotomayor and Kagan. These are young women when they were put on.
You're right.
And they're going to be on a long time as well. A very long time. I mean, when you think back to that Thomas hearing, that was another disgrace. Do you remember any disgrace when RBG was nominated?
No.
I don't remember anything. Do you remember a disgrace where the Republicans was...
But are you surprised, though?
No, because no, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
it's just the
I'm
way
not
they
surprised.
behave. It's just the way... when the left doesn't get their way, they just
Here's a question,
act
though.
like children.
Here's a question, though. Kai, if you want to pull up the 60 Minutes interview with Byron Udell, if you want to...
Put it on.
They have it. He doesn't even have it. Don't worry about it. If you pull up the 60 Minutes with Byron Udell, 60 Minutes with Biden. Go pull up the 60 Minutes with Biden, not Byron
So I'm not
Udell.
going to be able to hear this now?
No. Okay, so check this out. So this is actually a good question they asked him. So watch this. Here's his answer on packing a cord. Okay, if you want to press play.
If elected, what I will do is I'll put together a national commission of bipartisan
Speed it up to
commission
1.5, Kai.
of scholars, constitutional scholars, Democrats, Republicans, liberal, conservative, and I will ask them to, over 180 days, come back to me with recommendations as to how.
So this is what he's saying.
Reform the court
Scholars,
system, because it's
left
getting out
and
of
right, come back to me within 180 days of recommendations. Have you heard that script?
How to
I've
reform
heard it
the
now
court.
10 times.
Some scholars have debated, and I'd look to see what recommendations that commission might make.
So you're telling us you're going to study this issue about whether to pack the court.
No, whether there's a number of alternatives that go well beyond packing.
This is a live ball.
Oh, it is a live ball. Oh, it is a live ball. We're going to have to do that, and you're going to.
We're gonna
find a lot
have
of
to do
conservative
that.
constitutional scholars
Okay.
saying it as well. The last thing we need to do is turn the Supreme Court into just a political football. Whoever has the most votes gets whatever they want. Presidents come and go. Supreme Court justices stay for
He's right about
generations.
that. 100% right. So pause it. Okay. So if you want to pause it. So here's what I noticed. Even the left and the right says that the left didn't go after her hardcore the way they did against Kavanaugh. Okay, they didn't. So their strategy, no way in the world.
No, not like Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh was the worst ever,
Had
right?
she been a male, they would have.
Disgrazia.
This just tells you great choice for Trump on who he picked. Let's just give him credit, the fact that he chose somebody that you're going to have a hard time going after somebody like this. 7 kids, she's adopted, good life, she's done the right things, so he chose the right person. But here's the problem. What happens when somebody stays quiet for too long? If an enemy is quiet for too long, what do you think about?
They got something up their
They
sleeve.
got something up their sleeves. That's all I'm going to tell you. Meaning, if they're this quiet and they're not even bringing us up and Biden wins, get ready. Get ready to see what happens because everything is, you know what 6-3 is? I don't know, 6-3 is like...
Yeah, it is, but I understand that they're not, yes, the 3 are absolutely going to vote the way they're going to vote. The 6 are not guaranteed.
Let me ask you a
They're just
question.
not.
Out of the 6, you think 4 are going to go right every single time? At
most
least
of it,
4?
yeah.
So what
Most
do you
of
mean?
it.
So it's 4-3.
I know, but it's not 6-3.
It doesn't matter. But you need 4 to be 3. So you need 4 to be 3. I got 6 of them. Chances are out of the 6, at least 4 of them are going to go.
It doesn't work that way. If you got 4 and the other 2 vote with the 3, then you got 5-4 on the left.
So they need,
they've done it.
So they need
they've
5.
Shown
so
that they've shown they're trying to.
So
be
they need
objective.
1 to say no to do 5-4. They need 1 to say no to do 5-4.
And understand that this whole thing, this is a cat and mouse game. RBG was up in years. RBG could have resigned during
Byron,
Obama's
you're
term.
making this seem a lot looser than it is. You're talking about the conservatives has 6, left has 3.
And would anybody be complaining if it was the other way around?
No, I'm not complaining or anything.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to tell you is this is a massive victory
It
for
is.
conservatives.
It is, but understand there's a lot of people that had a say in this. RBG had a say in this. She could have resigned in the
Whatever you're
6th year of
saying,
Obama's terms.
Nobody's disagreeing with what you're saying. If the left had it that way, they would have done a heartbeat and said the same lines that you're giving up right now. Elections have consequences.
Yeah.
All I'm saying to you is, do you really think the left is going to sit there and not do anything about it?
No, they're going to play the way they play.
What do you think they're going to do about it?
They're going to pack the court.
You think they're
If
going
they
to pack
get elected,
the court?
yes, they're going to pack
What's
the
the
court.
chances of them packing the court, in your opinion?
80%.
80%? If you're watching this right now and you're following this story with Amy, what do you think's the chances of the left packing a court? What are your thoughts? If you're watching this right now, what are your thoughts
If Biden gets elected, well, they've come up with some excuse, and the excuse
to pack the court?
The excuse will be some sort of diversity play.
Exactly. I already heard
Guarantee it.
Kamala Harris say that, by the way, in the debate with Pence. I don't know if you caught that. Go
So
ahead.
when you talk about packing the court, number one, this is quite frankly a term that I've never even heard of until about 6 months ago. Is this something you've heard before? Because it hasn't been done in 150 years.
No.
So people are acting like they're going to pack the court. They're going to pack the court. Oh my God, the court packing. Buddy, nobody's
and then
even
they
brought this up ever.
And then Kamala tries to
Yeah.
redefine what packing the court means in
True.
her vice presidential debate. She says, "Well, let's talk. You want to talk about packing the court? Let's talk about packing the court. You appointed 50 judges, and none of them were black. Come on,
Wasn't
it's not
an
packing the
accurate
court.
statement, but that's a
It's
different
not.
And then
what
she
packing
laughed,
the
and
court
what
is.
she knows that's her telltale
that's
sign
just
for
appointing-
potentially lying.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, packing the court means increasing the number of justices.
okay,
Wow.
so
Most
here's
people, just so you know, most people are saying 90%, 100%, 1 million
well, most
percent.
people don't know. So most people saying 100%, 1,000,000%, like they don't know that. That's their opinion. Congrats, Mazel Tov. That's your opinion.
But the Volvo guy said 10,000%.
Okay, well, if he said 10,000%, random.
Don't ever. By the way,
Yes.
Sid Chalwa says 1% they're going to pack the
Okay,
court.
well, Sid Chatwell also doesn't know what's going on, and
Well, they're
Court Packer
when they won't answer the
1247
question.
says,
You know
Luke
what?
Smith says
10,000%.
1,000,000,000,000%. Go
well,
ahead.
then Luke must be right. I mean, because
tell us,
Luke said it.
where are
so
you at?
if you're thinking about packing the court, what does that mean? One extra justice?
No.
No.
Does that mean
No.
2
3,
extra
4, 5,
justices?
5 extra justices.
Does that mean 5 extra
Yes.
justices?
Yeah, 3 to 5
That
extra
seems to be
justices.
highly aggressive, even to put 1 extra, because it's been 9 for how many years?
A long time, but it's
The
not
answer to
always
that
been
is
that.
150 years. So if you add 1 more than 9, and you make it 10,
It's not going to make it 10.
you
It's
just
gotta be
let
an
them
odd
just
number.
come with me here. You put 1 more, you haven't done that in 150 years. You put 2 more, they've never done that, right? So this is some serious
I
stuff
find
here.
the strategy interesting, how they're trying to shroud or not exactly say what they're going to do, because their base wants them to pack the court, and so if they're afraid
There's
to say
no question
they're
about
afraid
it.
to say they're going to pack the
There's
court.
no question about it.
Right, but they're afraid to say that. Why are they afraid to say that? It may help them. May
Joe
help them
Biden did
energize
say
their
that
base.
he's
I'm
going
not
to,
sure.
before the election,
Yeah.
which is 1 week away, by the way, whoever's living under a rock, said he'd give this answer. So we'll
The
see what he
election's
says.
going on now. I mean, a third of the people that are
Correct,
going to vote have
but
already
I mean
voted.
before Tuesday, so a week from Tuesday. Guys, make sure you get out there and vote.
Nobody could vote till Tuesday. That would be before the election. But the election's already started.
People have been voting for a
Were
month
you
now.
going somewhere? Are you saying that the fact that 150 years we've been at 9, there's no way in the world they're going to pack the
No,
court
I'm
and
just
increase
saying
it to
people
2?
are so convinced. Everyone who's 100%, 100%.
No, I don't. I'm
like
not.
at least Byron says, I think it's 80%. Okay, that's a high likelihood.
Oh, I think 100% chance they'll try. Whether they'll get it done, I don't know.
Different
The
story,
question
yeah.
is, from a campaign standpoint, do you think this is a good idea for them to say, well, then to not say whether they're going to pack the court? Or should they come out and say it?
No, because
I don't
the
think they
independent
should come out and
voters
say it,
not
no.
going to be for it. The
So the independents don't want them to pack the court.
No way they don't.
Okay.
They don't want them. Independents are kind of like, listen.
So they're trying to couch it so they know that their base knows
yes,
they're going to,
you
but they're
don't
trying to
say
fool
it.
the independents.
They're not going to say it. They're not going to say it.
So
right
you
now.
think their rhetoric now is designed to basically sort of
But it's a
signal
brilliant
to
rhetoric. By the way,
signal to their base that they're going to
what
and
Biden
fool
said, what Biden said, that line Biden has said now 100 times,
Yeah.
that's Obama speaking. That's not him speaking. We're going to bring attorneys from both sides to the aisle, conservatives and liberals, and we're going to sit there.
When did Obama ever say that?
No. Meaning Biden would never say something like that. That's word that he got on a call with Obama, said, what do I say when they're asking me a question like this? Well, here's how you answer it. We said we're going to get people from both sides in a room and see what decision we're going to make. Biden wouldn't answer like that. Biden would be looking at him with a deer in headlights.
Absolutely.
Joe.
Yeah, but
Obama here.
But what I am saying to you, here's the following. Remember, yesterday we're at dinner, okay? The person that we talked to was the average voter for her age, which is what she said, for her age, right?
She said she was 29.
29. Yes, 29 is how old she was.
6'1", by the way. Never played basketball.
6'1", never played
highly
basketball.
Disappointed.
Or volleyball.
Highly disappointed, or volleyball. So she's from Michigan, okay?
Yeah.
She went to school. I said, when did you go from Fox to CNN? She said, music school. When I went to music school, I smoked a lot of pot. And I hung out with people that were, telling me about.
She said she met a lot of different types of people.
Right? She said weed.
But all the same.
So, and then she said.
It wasn't because of the weed, though.
But she joked about it. I'm just telling you what she said. So she went through all this stuff. And then if you remember, he brought up abortion, okay?
Oh, I remember that?
Yes.
He went on for that
and
for about 15 minutes.
By the way, it was like all of a sudden, so what do you think about abortion? The girl's like,
I'm just trying to take your order here, buddy.
So next thing you know, the boss shows up, and the boss is like, well, I heard a conversation you guys are having, because, he's like, this is a brand new employee, she just started with us 2 weeks ago.
Should have been
We're
here 2
already
weeks,
talking
and you
about
already
abortion.
want to know her abortion
But you know
stance.
what she said? Here's a question Byron asked. It's very important to hear what Byron asked. Byron asked the question, said, so what do you think about abortion? And she said, I believe the woman should have the ability to choose what they want to do with their body.
Right.
And he said, okay, at what point? At what point? At 8 months, 3 weeks? She said, if the woman wants to do it, they should have the right to do it. So they're not alive yet. You're like, no, they are alive. They're just not born yet. Well, no, they're not born yet. And then you went to all the way up to what if the baby is born? And then they said, we want to, and then you went to the Virginia politician, I think you were mentioning.
Fourth-term abortion.
Fourth-term abortion is what you're talking about. And she's like, well, I don't think that's right. But if the woman's got to have the right? This Roe versus Wade, let me tell you, it is so scary for the left to get rid of that they will do anything in their power to make sure that never happens. And if it means court packing, they're going to do it. How long have we had Roe versus Wade? How long have we had the freedom to choose for women when it comes down to abortion?
1973.
So from 73 till today, what's 73 till today? Nearly 50 years we've had it, right? 47 years. Mm-hmm. For 47 years, it's been accepted now. Meaning, they're sitting there not having to worry about it. Liberals on the left, they're sitting there saying, I don't have to worry about it. Conservatives are saying, we got to change this. But liberals are like, dude, it's in law. You can't do nothing about it, right? It's officially at risk now. And this is a fight they're going to have to fight for 30 years. Do you really think for 30 years they're going to be okay with 6-3? I don't think so. I don't think so. So to me, when you're asking about court packing, it isn't just about court packing. It's about Roe versus Wade. And Roe versus Wade is going to go through them. It's not president. It's not Congress. It's not Senate. It's Supreme Court of Justice. And these are the types of things that you're going to see them sitting around saying, what the hell can we do? He said, even Biden said, there are many different things to do. There are many different things that we could do.
He talked about going beyond court packing.
Exactly. So this is their words, Adam. So I know, where you're coming from is we don't know for a fact, is it 100%, is it down? You're right. We don't know 1,000% what are they going to do. But when you're avoiding the one question where Mike Pence is like, is it fair to say, I think it's important for us to know that she didn't answer the question and Kamala had the big smile on her face. So just so everybody knows, she hasn't answered the question about court packing. And the moderator was changing it, and then Kamala says what? Wait. You want to talk about court packing? I'll talk about court packing. Do you know out of the 120 judges, none of them are African-American? Bingo. You just said exactly your strategy. The strategy is racism. The strategy is going to be not enough African-Americans.
Deflect.
No, it's not deflect. They revealed their strategy.
By not answering it, you're saying?
No, she gave the answer. She gave the answer.
The diversity answer?
The diversity answer. She gave it.